Arijit Banerjee joining us here in Delhi, as well as Vijay Iyer joining us in Mumbai. And at the CBI headquarters, Mayur Shekhar Jha is also coming in with more aspects on the entire 2G scam controversy. To you first, Vijay, I know that this is the big story coming in on the channel right now, and indeed we did seek a clarification and some sort of a reaction from the Reliance side. What is the ADAG group saying?
Siddharth, I was close to spend 1 hour with some of the senior management officials of RCOM on trying and understanding their perspective on all the facts that we have put out in this particular story. Now, RCOM, in its defense, has come out with a statement where they are clearly saying that Reliance Telecom held only 9.9% of equity capital of Swan at the time of filing the license application in March 2007. They are also saying neither RCOM nor any Reliance ADA group individual company obtained any benefit from the 2G license issued to Swan, and also adding that all banking transactions that we have been putting out in our story of RCOM have been correctly reported in the published accounts. But although there have been some questions which the answers are not convincing, particularly when it comes to the transaction that happened particularly from a particular account, what happens to that 974 crores which came in and went out on the same day? For that, Reliance Communication in its defense is saying that this is a part of routine transactions that happen in any business organization, and this money was rather given on a preferential share that the equity that they took, and the equity was only 9.9%. So to that extent, this 974 crore that came back to Reliance Communication was as per the deal with Swan for the preferential shares that they had purchased by giving, say, a premium of 9.99 per share. Although these are some of the difference that Reliance Communication is coming on with, still the larger question remains how such huge transactions can happen from an account in a single day, and also with a company which is at its inception without having any balance sheet or say any infrastructure in place. So to that extent, now maybe these facts will come to light only once the 2G probe is completed by CBI. But nevertheless, Reliance Communication is putting a brave front and saying they have done everything legitimately as per the company's law prevails in the country, and they are saying that they have nothing to hide, and everything, whatever has come out, is all audited books of accounts.
Right, and in fact, Anil Ambani was also, of course, questioned and did agree to that questioning. So we understand that point, but there is, of course, more to the Reliance side of the story. Hang in there with us, Vijay. Let me quickly bring Arijit into this. Arijit, this is going to be a big story, no doubt about it, and we've been tracking this so closely for some time now. Take us through the finer points of this investigation, because from here on, it looks like when it comes to Swan, when it comes to all the question marks that are not adding up, that's when things are finally going to pick up some heat, and perhaps in a short time frame, we're going to get some answers.
Siddharth, if you look at this sort of investigation, of course, CBI is looking at two things. One, of course, what was the relationship between ADAG and Swan? And remember that that the ADAG group does agree that they had certain amount of stake in Swan. But the big question is that that was it much more than is being actually looked at the if you look at the audited books, and the sort of bank transactions which have happened, of course, raise a big question as to why this money was coming into this company's account, why was this company created in such a short span of time, and you have these bank transactions happening which are like one-day transactions where a lot of money is coming into this company's accounts and then moving out. And interestingly, some of it, and in fact most of it, is coming through of course ADAG companies. So when the application is made at that time, of course, the Hari Narayan, who is the company secretary of ADAG, is giving a letter onto the holdings of the company. Interestingly, also, even though ADAG goes on to say that, of course, they had no holding, that is the undertaking they have given to DOT. The CAG has raised certain questions on why the preferential shareholding of was of such high value, and that's something which you see is a big question mark always. Then you also find that that even while exiting, it's not very clear as to who are the holding companies and at what time was the exit from Swan completed. So these are some of the questions which just get accentuated or get bigger as you look at this sort of investigation. But if you look at the sequence of events and the flow of the investigation, it is very clear that there are huge amount of transactions happening between Swan and some of the Reliance Communication as well as other ADG companies, which are at the moment unexplained. Of course, we are never saying that these are sort of conclusions. What we are saying is that this does raise certain questions which at one point of time or the other the company as well as the CBI will need to answer and look into.